Imagine a world where you can tell your computer exactly what to do, step by step, like giving instructions to a helpful robot. Today, we're going to unlock the secrets behind how computers make decisions and repeat actions using Java control statements. Get ready for a colorful adventure with our animated friends as we dive into the basics of programming logic. Whether you're a total beginner or just curious, this journey will make Java's control statements easy and fun to understand. Let's jump in and see how we can control the flow of our code, just like a director controls a movie scene. Say hello to our animated friends, Java the robot, Cody the cat, and Logic the owl. They'll guide us through the world of Java control statements. Java the robot loves following instructions, Cody the cat is curious and playful, and Logic the owl is wise and always ready to explain tricky concepts. Together, they'll help us understand how computers make choices and repeat actions. With their help, you'll see that programming isn't just about typing code, it's about thinking logically and creatively. Let's get to know each character as they prepare for today's adventure. Before we dive into the action, let's answer a big question. What are control statements? In Java, control statements are special instructions that help us decide what our program should do next. They let us make choices, repeat actions, or even skip steps. Think of them as traffic signals for your code. Sometimes you go, sometimes you stop, and sometimes you take a different route. With control statements, you can make your program smarter and more flexible. Ready to see how they work? Let's explore the main types together. There are three main types of control statements in Java: selection, iteration, and jump statements. Selection statements help your program make decisions, iteration statements let your program repeat actions, and jump statements help your program move to different parts of the code. Each type has its own special powers, and together they make your code dynamic and interactive. Let's break down each type and see how they work in real-life situations with our animated friend. Start with selection statements. These are like forks in the road. Your program can choose which path to take based on certain conditions. In Java, the most common selection statements are if, else, and switch. Imagine you're deciding what to wear based on the weather. If it's raining, you grab an umbrella. If it's sunny, you wear sunglasses. That's exactly how selection statements work in code. Let's see how Java the robot uses them in action. If statement is the simplest way to make a decision in Java. It checks if a condition is true, and if it is, it runs a block of code. For example, if Java the robot sees a red light, he stops. If the light is green, he goes. In code, it looks like this: if light is green, go. It's like asking a question: is the light green? If yes, then go. If not, do nothing. Let's watch Java the robot at a traffic light to see this in action. Sometimes you want your program to do one thing if a condition is true and something else if it's false. That's where the if else statement comes in. Imagine Cody the cat deciding whether to nap or play. If it's sunny, Cody plays outside. If not, Cody takes a cozy nap indoors. In Java, you write: if is sunny, play outside, else nap. This way your program always does something no matter what the condition is. But if you have more than two choices, that's where the else if ladder comes in handy. It lets you check several conditions in order. For example, Logic the owl is choosing a snack. If there are berries, he eats berries. Else if there are nuts, he eats nuts. Else he drinks water. In Java, you write: if has berries, eat berries. Else if has nuts, eat nuts. Else drink water. This helps your program handle many options smoothly. Switch statement is another way to handle multiple choices, especially when you have a single variable with many possible values. Imagine Java the robot choosing a mode: walk, run, or dance. The switch statement checks the mode and picks the right action. In code, switch mode: case walk, walk, break, case run, run, break, case dance, dance, break. It's neat and easy to read, especially for lots of options. Let's quickly recap selection statements. They help your program make decisions. If for simple choices, if else for two options, else if for many, and switch for neat handling of multiple values. With these tools, your code can react to different situations just like our animated friends do every day. Now let's move on to another superpower: repeating actions with iteration statement. Iteration statements let your program repeat actions over and over like a loop. Imagine Java the robot sweeping the floor. He keeps sweeping until the room is clean. In Java, we use for while and do while loops to repeat code. These loops are super useful when you want to do something many times without writing the same code again and again. Let's see how each loop works with some fun examples. For loop is perfect when you know exactly how many times you want to repeat something. For example, Cody the cat wants to jump 5 times. In Java, you write: for in I equals 0, I 5, I plus plus jump. The loop starts at 0, jumps, adds 1, and repeats until it reaches 5. It's like counting on your fingers, easy and reliable. Let's watch Cody jump 5 times in a row. While loop is great when you don't know exactly how many times you'll need to repeat something. For example, Java the robot waters plants until the soil is wet. In Java, while soil is wet, water plant. The loop keeps going as long as the condition is true. It's like asking: is the soil wet yet? If not, keep watering. If yes, stop. Let's see Java the robot in action with his watering can. Do while loop is similar to the while loop, but it always runs the code at least once before checking the condition. Imagine Logic the owl tasting soup. He always takes one sip, then checks if it needs more salt. In Java, do taste soup. While soup is tasty, this loop guarantees at least one action no matter what. Let's watch Logic the owl try his soup. To recap, iteration statements help your program repeat actions. For loops for a set number of times, while loops for unknown repetitions, and do while loops for at least one try. These loops make your code powerful and efficient, just like our animated friends who never give up until the job is done. Now let's explore the last type: jump statements. Jump statements let your program move to different parts of the code, like taking shortcuts or skipping steps. In Java, the main jump statements are break, continue, and return. These are helpful for controlling loops and methods. Let's see how our animated friends use jump statements to make their tasks easier and more flexible. Break statement is like hitting the brakes. It stops a loop or switch statement immediately. Imagine Java the robot searching for his favorite book on a shelf. As soon as he finds it, he stops looking. In Java, for each book, if is favorite break, the break statement helps your program exit a loop early when a certain condition is met. The continue statement skips the rest of the current loop and jumps to the next round. Imagine Cody the cat jumping over puddles. If Cody sees a puddle, he skips it and keeps going. In Java, for each spot, if is puddle, continue, jump, the continue statement is perfect for skipping specific cases in a loop. Return statement ends a method and sends a value back to where it was called. Imagine Logic the owl answering a question. Once he knows the answer, he gives it and stops thinking. In Java, int add int a int b, return a plus b, the return statement is essential for methods that calculate and send back results. To sum up, jump statements help your program move around, break to stop, continue to skip, and return to send back results. These statements give you more control over how your code runs, making it smarter and more responsive. Now let's see all these control statements in action with a fun story. Our friends are on a mission. Java the robot, Cody the cat, and Logic the owl need to find a lost key in a colorful cartoon house. They'll use control statements to search, decide, and repeat actions until they succeed. The house is full of surprises and each room presents a new challenge. Let's follow their adventure and see how programming logic helps them solve problems. The team enters the house and faces 3 doors, red, blue, and green. Logic the owl suggests using a selection statement to pick the right door. If the red door is unlocked, they go through it. Else if the blue door is open, they choose that. Otherwise, they try the green door. This is just like using an else-if ladder in Java. Inside, they find several rooms to search. Java the robot uses a for loop to check each room one by one. For each room, he looks for the key. If he finds it, he uses break to stop searching. If not, he continues to the next room. This is a perfect example of using loops and jump statements together. Cody the cat spots a shortcut, a window, but it's only open if the weather is sunny. Cody uses an if statement to check the weather. If it's sunny, he jumps through the window. If not, he stays with the team. This shows how selection statements help make decisions based on conditions. The hallway is long and full of doors. Java the robot uses a while loop to keep opening doors until he finds the kitchen. Each time he opens a door, he checks if it's the kitchen. If not, he continues. This is just like using a while loop to repeat actions until a condition is met. Logic the owl finds a puzzle box that needs to be solved at least once before checking if it's correct. He uses a do-while loop. He tries a solution, then checks if it works. If not, he tries again. This is a great example of a do-while loop in action. Always tries at least once. The team finds a control panel with different buttons, light, fan, and music. Java the robot uses a switch statement to pick the right button based on what they need. If they need light, he presses the light button. If they need music, he presses the music button. The switch statement makes the choice clear and organized. Cody the cat encounters obstacles in the hallway. Some are easy to jump over, others are too big. He uses the continue statement to skip the big ones and only jump over the small ones. This is just like using continue in a loop to skip certain cases. Finally, Java the robot finds the key hidden in a flower pot. He uses the return statement to end the search and bring the key back to the team. This shows how return can end a method and send back a result. The team celebrates their success. With the key in hand, the friends unlock the final door and step outside into the sunshine. They use selection, iteration, and jump statements to solve every challenge along the way. This adventure shows how programming logic helps us solve real problems both in code and in life. Let's recap what we've learned today. Java control statements help us make decisions if else, switch, repeat actions, for while, do while, and control the flow, break, continue, return. With these tools, you can write programs that are smart, flexible, and fun. Our animated friends showed us how each statement works in real-life situations. Think of control statements like traffic signals for your code. Selection statements are like red, yellow, and green lights, helping you decide when to stop, go, or wait. Iteration statements are like roundabouts, letting you go around until you're ready to exit. Jump statements are like shortcuts or U-turns, helping you change direction quickly. These metaphors make programming logic easy to remember. Another way to think about control statements is like following a recipe. Selection statements help you decide which ingredient to use. Iteration statements let you stir or mix a certain number of times. Jump statements let you skip steps or finish early if the food is ready. Programming is just like cooking. Follow the steps, make choices, and repeat actions as needed. See a simple calculator example. Java the robot asks for 2 numbers in an operation: add, subtract, multiply, divide. He uses a switch statement to pick the right operation. If the user enters add, he adds the numbers. If divide, he checks if the second number is 0 using an if statement. This example shows how control statements work together in real programs. Cody the cat plays a counting game. She counts from 1 to 10 using a for loop. If she reaches 5, she uses continue to skip, saying the number out loud. This shows how loops and jump statements can be combined for fun and interactive programs. Logic the owl hosts a guessing game. The player has to guess a number between 1 and 10. The game uses a while loop to keep asking until the player guesses correctly. If the guess is right, the game uses break to end the loop. This is a classic use of loops and jump statements in games. Java the robot checks a list of homework assignments using a for loop. If an assignment is missing, he uses continue to skip it and checks the next one. If all are done, he uses return to finish early. This example shows how loops and jump statements help automate tasks. Logic the owl wants a snack. He uses a switch statement to choose between apples, bananas, and grapes. If none are available, he uses the default case to drink water. This shows how switch statements make choices easy and clear. Cody the cat helps clean up toys. She uses a while loop to pick up toys until the room is tidy. If she finds a broken toy, she uses continue to skip it. This example shows how loops and jump statements help with everyday tasks. Java the robot controls the lights in the house. He uses an if else statement to turn the lights on if it's dark and off if it's bright. This simple example shows how selection statements help control devices. Logic the owl follows a morning routine using a for loop. He brushes his beak, stretches, and eats breakfast. If he's running late, he uses break to skip the rest and hurry up. This shows how loops and jump statements help manage routines. Cody the cat checks off items on a shopping list using a for loop. If an item is out of stock, she uses continue to skip it. When the list is done, she uses return to finish shopping. This example shows how control statements help with lists and tasks. Java the robot checks the weather for the week using a for loop. If it's rainy, he uses continue to skip outdoor plans. If it's sunny, he plans a picnic. This example shows how loops and selection statements work together. Control statements are the building blocks of programming logic. They help you make decisions, repeat actions, and control the flow of your code. With selection, iteration, and jump statements, you can write programs that solve real problems and make life easier. Practice using these statements and you'll become a programming pro in no time. Thanks for joining our adventure with Java the robot, Cody the cat, and Logic the owl. If you enjoyed learning about Java control statements, don't forget to like and subscribe for more fun programming videos. Keep practicing, stay curious, and remember, every great coder started with the basics. See you next time.